This tale is, as all bard songs are, an adaptation. It may contain adult themes and strong language. Welcome, dear listeners, to Abyss.
Welcome to episode 18 of Abyss. Who are you? What are you? And to celebrate National Merry-Go-Round Day, what is your favourite thing that spins in a circle? Starting with Shiraz.
Hello, I'm Shiraz and I play the Dragonborn rogue Ishidoro that does science, eats things, and convinces dragons to help. I actually I'm going to be really boring and say my hard drive because it has all my art on it and it goes round and round and it makes no noise that indicates that it's broken or close to breaking.
Fair enough. Next we have Wednesday.
Hi, my name is Wednesday and I play the Tiefling Layla, who doesn't enjoy hitting people with a marble shovel but tends to do it quite often. My favourite thing that spins around in a circle is actually my friend Donovan, who is a ballet dancer.
Ah, very nice. Next we have Dragon.
Hello, I'm Dragon. I play the Drow sorceress Nitra. Favourite thing that goes round in a circle? That's difficult. Desperately trying to think of anything that goes round in a circle.
Tea, you stir it.
I can't drink tea. So...
Soup?
The Glasgow subway system.
Oh my gosh!
Tea makes me sick. Seriously,
Okay.
I am the only person I know that green tea or white tea make me ill. It's ridiculous.
Apparently Meow is waving saying she gets sick from tea too.
Way! You can now
Because
make
we
a club.
share a lot of our symptoms.
You can now make a club officially.
Yep,
Yes.
2 of you.
Well, 3.
Items.
My mum isn't good with tea either, so that would be a very strange club to be in.
Agenda, why don't we like tea?
Stage 1,
It makes
no one
us
likes
sick.
tea. Stage 2, question mark. Stage 3, profit.
That could work. I could go with that.
Okay.
So, yeah, sure. Underground, whatever.
So why did you like the Glasgow Underground system, Dragon?
Because it was the least ball achy way to get to uni.
That's very true.
It's also the least complicated.
Yes, this is true. Last time I was on it, it was to go and see the T-Rex.
The T-Rex was good.
Yeah.
And finally this week, Susie.
Hiya, I'm Susie Q. I play 13, who was a Goblin minion and has since gone up in the world and become the Ancient One and now has a Minotaur army. She still hasn't got herself a big hat though. That is in progress. My favourite thing that spins around in a circle would be the wheels on my car, because if I didn't have my car, I wouldn't be able to get anywhere and I would be really grumpy because I'd be in public transport and I don't like public transport. So that's my favourite thing. I do have a horse, but the problem is there's not very many places you can park a horse safe.
Horses don't have wheels.
You
And
also
they do
have to
not
get
have
to the stable.
Exactly.
Unless you
And-
put them on roller skates.
And as mentioned before, one of my horses is scared of cows, which is problematic when travelling around the countryside.
To be honest, you could park a horse anywhere and nobody would fuck with it, but you know.
Well, you would be surprised. And the other thing, which on a more serious note, but I'm going to say is people should be very careful when they're driving past horses in their cars, because so many people aren't. And I had one guy nearly run me and my horse over, speeding down a country lane, because his family was in danger. But we'd watched him go up the road and then turn around and then come back down the road in the same direction, so he was talking bullshit. But yeah, it's dangerous. Horses have a brain. Please don't frighten them in your big car.
Fair enough then. There was no Tauno this week because he is apparently still lost in the abyss of that is America. He was away off visiting last week. Hopefully he'll be back next week, but I don't really know. I don't know how long his break's gone for. So, what happened last week?
Well,
Okay.
we went back up and we met the wizard.
Yes, we went to see Vizerin,
Wizard.
and we left the eggs and Gazrim and 13
Yes.
with the giants. They stayed in the library, and then we went up to see Vizerin, and like, yeah, we brought everything apart from the egg. And then the goblin's like, oh, they have the eggs, master, they just didn't bring them with them, which was
Yes.
not entirely what we were trying to do. But
We managed to distract him with a book.
and then his eyes grew gold, and he was very clearly absorbing all of this power from the book. But he did tell us that the big crack in the ceiling of the plane that was going to the void was because stupid Kromth did his numbers wrong and couldn't do it right. So
Yes.
now destroying the demons is making the plane collapse.
He had a fight with a demon that he kept at the bottom of the tower. A lot of magical goblins showed up and with bags of holding and tried to take our stuff. But
Yes.
we managed to exit the tower with very little issue. I don't think I suffered anything at all. I was fine.
We seemed to do okay with getting out. The cube that had all the spinning gems was an astronomical clock or engine.
Engine.
Yeah, so it was an engine of some kind. But he sends the Demogorgon to attack Menzoberranzan and then takes on this other demon by himself, and they destroy each other, really. So I think when we left it, we needed to work out, do we go and drum up support, or do we go to Menzoberranzan immediately?
Yes. We'd also destroyed the 2 gems that
Yeah.
our dragon friend turned to ash, and then the crack got bigger. So definitely do not destroy any more gems until we are sure. Did we hear the dragon speak to
I think we did. I think we heard
Thembershard?
Chardrell scream at Thembershard that he's not worthy of ruling anything.
chuck him aside and then burn Thembershard to the ground?
Yeah, I think so.
And then flew
In
north.
fairness, he grew up as like a slave from people who didn't want him to learn anything. It's not his fault he's a bit useless as a dragon.
Also, he's coked up to his eyeball.
Yeah, that's not really his fault. So it'll be interesting to see how she deals with him.
Fair enough.
And
But
that's
at the
it.
same time, it's also a bit,
I think she's
how
going
on
to eat
earth,
him.
how on earth do we get out of here? Now the person who could have made a portal is dead. How many of the other people that live here can we get out? Because I'd quite like to save the Myconids and the dwarves.
And the Minotaurs, they're nice folks.
Yeah, they're close.
So
But
yeah,
we have some theories that Menzoberranzan has a portal out,
yeah.
but that's about it.
We should be able to get the Minotaurs out. The
So we
difficulty
can't do
would
anything.
be
So we can't do anything to stop it.
to stop the crack. Not as far as we
Yeah.
know. We don't know of anything that will help.
We definitely don't have any information other than that it's tearing itself apart. The whole place
Yeah.
is tearing itself apart. The
So
giants are
the-
no help because they
anything-
keep screaming, it's a prophet.
Yeah, the giants are just being absolutely useless.
I'm okay with it.
They're so annoying. It's the prophecy. What is the prophecy? It's a prophecy.
Mostly about
I'm
soup.
going to hurt you in raging.
Yeah, 13 has taken all the knowledge of soup from the giants library.
Yep. I'm
And
telling you,
that's-
it's going to be useful.
Yeah, we'll set up a restaurant on the outside. 99 soups.
13 reckons making a portal's kind of like soup. You just
Hmm.
gotta get all the right things in the right order. Give it.
Give it a whirl.
So,
Is that starting a new gimmick that every episode you have a something is just quite like making soup?
oh yeah.
Last week it was
Make portal.
prophecy's the same as, making soup. Got this, you've got that.
I mean, it's not wrong. It's like,
13 starts her own cult.
she's technically right, which is the best kind of right to be.
So, having tasked Gazrim to send notes to the dwarves and other friendly races to get them here, you wait about 2 days to hear the responses, and on the second day you hear the sound of quite a large group of people approaching, and you look out of Gravenhall to find that the dwarves... It's weird, it's like they've filled all the carts they can and just fully travelled down towards you. And then as you look to the sky, you realise that most of the ceiling is now completely blacked out by this inky black abyss.
The crack's been becoming larger and larger without any interference from us.
Yep, it's pretty much almost covering the entire sort of sky at this point. So the dwarves arrive, and you notice that they obviously have the dwarf leader with them, and you notice amongst the dwarves a couple of myconids just sort of running very adorably, as myconids do, running between two trudging dwarves. After about another hour or so, you hear a horn to the side, and you see that the Minotaurs have also arrived.
Yay! 13 greets her people.
How many of the myconids have made it?
There doesn't seem to be that many. There only seems to be about maybe 100 at most.
Oh.
Some of the lesser giants seem to be taking the dwarves to a particular level of the massive library and sort of setting them up there. They seem to be setting up the myconids somewhere else, and the Minotaurs also get set up somewhere else. And all the while, the three massive giants are pointing, and every time they see them, going,
It's a prophecy!
It's a prophecy!
By now, we know what it sounds like when they're screaming up in purpose, right?
Yes.
I mean,
It's quite
2
obvious
days,
that
2 days spent
the
listening to
exact same thing means the prophecy. You've noticed the giants, anything that happens, it's the prophecy. You notice the big globule of water floating overhead, and the giants point to it and shout it's the prophecy. You notice someone arriving, it's the prophecy. Someone moves a book, it's the prophecy. Basically anything you do, it's the prophecy.
13 would like to ask her Minotaur people if they know anything about a prophecy that the giants would get very excited about.
Well, we know only about one prophecy, Ancient One. It is you coming back to us and leading us to glory.
Great! Does this feel glorious?
Of course, Ancient One. We are here. We brought you your crown. And they brought you over, and you look over, and this very elaborate-looking sort of headdress-style thing is there. It's somewhere between a sort of Aztec helm and a Roman centurion helmet. It's metal on the core and lots of flaps and bits on that looks quite prestigious.
Oh, fantastic. She's going to run over and put it on.
It fits you surprisingly well. Whenever you walk now, it does draw a lot of attention because it's quite difficult to avoid seeing, and it does draw the eye.
Okay.
Does this hat look silly on 13 or not? Does it actually,
If it was on someone who was trying to look noble, it would probably look quite daft, but because it's on 13 who's grinning inanely all the time, she suits it fine.
Okay, cool.
Have there been any other physical changes to the land around us apart from the crack on the ceiling?
You've noticed occasionally clumps of earth will start slowly floating upwards rather than floating down when they break. It's like the gravity's a bit fucked, and there's bits of for example, the bridge across from the slave camp to Menzoberranzan. You noticed a couple of chunks from that have cracked, but have floated up towards the abyss rather than down into the labyrinth.
Gonna ask if we can feel the pool of the void physically.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, if I had spent a good portion of a day just observing these rocks floating up, what happens when they reach in contact?
They just seem to sort of get absorbed by the sort of inky black.
So there's no they just disappear?
They just seem to sort of, it's like they sort of drop into black water, thick sludge.
Has there been any kind of change in Menzoberranzan?
At this point, on the second day after, you notice that there's less fires than there usually were.
Okay. Any roars? Is it too far to listen?
You occasionally hear the odd sound, but you don't hear much. Before you heard some sort of celebratory noises every now and then, now you don't really hear much at all. And as you're sort of looking around, Gazrim tells you that he's arranged a meeting, and you walk into the room where the giants gave the presentation before. So at the moment, around this table is yourselves, the dwarf Brunor Battlehammer, who you remember as being the leader of the dwarves, There is the leader of the Minotaurs, who is looking very shiftily at the dwarf, as he's not sure how to trust him. There is the single elder you saved from Slip-de-Doop.
The Kotor, yeah.
Yep, the Kotor. You notice at the back of the room there's Jimjar and Eldeth, who have made the journey down with all the dwarves.
Excellent.
You also have been told by Gazrim that the dragon might make a reappearance later. It was in the middle of something when he last spoke to it.
Okay. How did he
That's
speak
fair.
to it?
Well, it kind of like spoke to me, you know, like, Mortal, where can I find this? And I was like, it's over there. And they went, right, fine, left.
What was this that they asked?
Oh, something in the labyrinth.
Okay.
Oh.
I guess we'll see that. There's no sign of who's the leader in the Myconid.
Cydia is there as well, yes.
Okay, so Basidia has brought as many of their people as possible.
So
Okay.
you sit down and the dwarf immediately starts talking, because it's the dwarf and he thinks he's the most important one in the room.
Ah, it's good to have all of you back here again. Been a while since I was down here. But, judging by the,
And he sort of makes a sort of point towards the roof.
big, thing up there, I'd assume that, they're gonna make plans to get the hell out of here, because that does not look safe.
Well, it is not our intention to die down here.
Good, then we're agreed.
Well, there's a lot of things we still don't know. The giants are not very responsive about what this prophecy is.
In the distance you
And
can
I-
hear a...
That doesn't sound like a prophecy. What was he saying, Grayson?
He was saying the prophecy is just in the other room.
We know there is a prophecy. Apparently, they're incapable of saying what is in the prophecy.
What
However-
is
That's the
the
thing with
substance?
giants, you know. They like to talk, but they get obsessed by little details.
Fair.
Yes, that has become very clear.
So, have you noticed any change in your respective areas when the rift appeared?
Well, when we heard your call, and especially Gazrim panically telling us to make sure if the dragon asks about a small dragon that we say we have no idea, which we don't have any idea. What is this about a small dragon, by the way?
You don't need to know that.
Ah, right, okay.
Don't worry, it should not be an issue. And if it is, it's not our issue.
Well, when we heard that you wanted us to send you some arms down here to do a bit more, shall we say, we looked at what was happening above us, and as soon as we saw that mass start making its way down the side wall, we realised that we would soon be consumed, so we packed to leave.
Well, that was good.
We are glad to see you. We feel everything here all leads back to Menzoberranzan. All of it.
All of
They
it?
have pretty much. We met a Drow who claimed to have created this plane, so that this is a plane that is somewhat separate from the rest of the Underdark, which is why you could not find a way out in any direction.
So,
There is none.
how do we get out of here?
Well, there's two things we need to do first. One, we need to get into Menzoberranzan, and currently there's a Demogorgon running around there. So, there might be...
What's a demogorgon?
It's a demon. Big, red,
right.
dangerous. We most probably will have to kill it. We understand that if you destroy the gems, remember, like the one we showed you? Or
Aye.
the one, if we destroy that, the whole realm gets weaker. There is
Okay,
another,
I see.
the crack gets bigger, the void becomes stronger. So we need to make sure that everyone, first we find a way out, then we do whatever we have to do with the gem,
I
if
see.
it's even needed. The second thing is, we would like to check out, there is an artifact of great power underneath the labyrinth. We need to go check up on it.
What
Yes,
does it do?
we have no idea what it's.
Well, we kind of do. It's part of the engine that keeps this plane in existence. And every time we destroy a demon gem, it cracks another piece of this engine. But we cannot touch it. It is incredibly dangerous to touch.
It's not that dangerous.
Only because
Well-
you are Tiefling.
Also, you had like icy feathers growing out when you touched. Remember that bit?
And it was crystallizing your blood.
But we need to go and see if it's stopped or it's changed.
Crystallize the blood, you say?
You seem very interested in it.
Arcana's always been something intrigues us dwarves.
Right. Regardless of what happens, no one can touch this thing. Otherwise, it's certain death. We need to go down and check if it's working.
Almost certainly, the Minotaurs are our best ally in the labyrinth.
You mean those beefy fuckers there?
They are Minotaurs.
Is the Ancient One sitting with the Minotaurs?
Yes, she is. She's sitting there with her arms crossed and just like glaring at the dwarf.
I look over at the Minotaurs and say, this gem engine is from behind the cold door, deep down beneath the
It
labyrinth.
is the ancient thing that we are here to protect.
Yes.
If
But
the
it
ancient
is-
one is partial to its breaking, then that must be its fate.
Well, we need to see first if it needs breaking. Isn't that right, Ancient One?
That is correct.
Our most important point right now is that the Drow in Menzoberranzan seem to have a way of getting out of this plane. They must have a portal either to elsewhere in the Underdark or to the surface. Over time, if we do nothing, I think this plane will destroy itself. But if there is a portal, well, there is a decision to make. We can storm Menzoberranzan, get as many of us through the portal as possible, and just run away from it all.
That sounds a good plan.
What's the
We
other?
can go home.
The other part of the plan would be taking down Menzoberranzan, finding out their power and their source and their knowledge and any shinies, and then go through the portal and destroy the final demon gem.
We could do both, I think. There's enough of us around. So, are the dwarves with us in this endeavor? Will
The
you fight
dwarves will support you, even though you've got some strange choices and allies.
There are no enemies here apart from the demon.
Everyone looks at Layla.
No, not her. She's not a demon.
I sort of hide behind 13 and her giant head.
And again, 13 looks stern, like crosses her arms and like, this is my pal.
We
Like I
mean
said.
actual demons.
Yeah.
And I would also add most
not-
of the Drow.
Do you not like the demons, Ancient One?
No. Bad.
I mean,
Tried to eat me.
we Minotaur do follow a demon of sorts.
Oh.
Very
Yes.
strange
so-
for us to
But these are bad demons.
contemplating such things.
These are bad demons.
I suppose it's time to
Like
tell.
there's 7 particularly bad demons that we don't like.
I look at the
Like,
Ancient One and I go,
Layla
"It's-
here, she's a demon we do like.
Yes.
I
In the
guess
same
it
way,
will be personal
there's-
choice then.
Yes. But the one that we're going to go smash up now is a bad demon.
I see. Ancient
Also,
One.
isn't it time, Ancient One, you told them of your decisive battle against Lord Baphomet
You fought Lord
No.
Baphomet?
and won in great battle?
Well,
They
he
had
said
a-
he's my bard.
Yeah.
I
But
see.
the monster of the Knolls was destroyed as well.
On what is to be your fate, and the Ancient One chose to protect you all.
I
Lord
see.
Baphomet would have you fight constantly with the Knoll, forever and ever, until your numbers dwindled. But the Ancient One chose to protect.
I see.
Yes. I will lead you
No,
to
you-
glory and into the sun again.
But are we not here for a purpose? Were we not brought to this realm to guard the cold door?
To finally
Until
see
I
the-
turned up.
Yeah, I pointed the Ancient.
So you are taking us to a new purpose, Ancient One.
Yes. Which is what is glory. Am I correct?
If you wish so, Ancient One, yes.
I
She
think
gives him
this
like
is
a
the
friendly
point.
pat.
It might be safer to not talk quite so much in front of the Minotaurs.
Well,
Come
so,
on, lad. You hungry? I'll make you some soup.
This truly is a rejuvenating foodstuff.
Thyreon will lead the Minotaurs out of the conversation and the plan making and make them suit.
Okay.
Nice.
Does anyone else?
Are we adjourning, or are they going on a small intermission?
They are going on an intermission as they have complicated history in this plane.
Don't we all, though? I mean,
Yes, but we can reason with you.
I see. And what of your small mushroom friends?
I do not know. What are your views on this?
Basidia just sort of like tilts her head a little bit, and then you just hear again speaking in your head. What do you want of the Myconids?
You know there is danger here.
Yes,
and your people.
we have lost so many, and the world does not feel safe with that thing about.
You should come with us.
Our
We'll find a way
inten-
out of here.
Our intention is to find an escape so that you can find a new home where you can be safe and not have to move around constantly to try and keep your people safe.
But what of Arumsios?
There is no way for us to take such a...
That is very difficult.
He is slowly dying of the wounds he suffered during the battle with the demon. I fear he will not survive very long.
Is there a way to take his essence with you and replant him somewhere?
We shall see what we can do.
If you need any help, I'm sure the dwarves will help you. And I look at the king.
Oh, uproot the
wonder-
tree and move it. Aye, sure, my boys can do that.
Okay.
How big's the tree?
Huge.
Very, very large. Do the giants perhaps know anything about this? Do they have any knowledge in their library?
I expect the worst from this.
You're not really sure what you want to ask them, but what do you want to know?
Is there a way that we can take... Can't say the name. Arumzius. Is there a way that we can take Arumzius with us through the
I
portal?
wouldn't think so, but I'll ask one of the giants. Here,
Thank you.
can we take the big mushroom with us? Yes, I know it's the prophecy. Can we take the mushroom with us? Apparently, yes, and it's part of the prophecy.
Excellent.
Okay.
Also,
So-
well done. That's the first actual answer we've had out of them for days.
Taking the mushroom with us is part of the prophecy.
But
Wow.
I'm not sure if it's the entire mushroom, because that would be hard to fit through a portal.
And I look back at Basidia and be like, there should be a way of doing it, but you had better speak to Arithmisia and see what their view on it is. But it seems a better chance than staying here.
At this point, Gazrim sort of goes into discussion with Basidia about potential choices for how to move Arumzius.
How does Stool react to all of this?
Still is just happily clapping along.
Oblivious is all.
Is he alright?
It seems very normal for Stu.
Stool, are you okay? Are you concerned or just content that we need to try and do something?
I'm fine.
I'm glad.
I lean over to Treese and I whisper in her ear, it's like, do you think we should ask him about Eric, or is that going to make him super depressed? Because, if Eric was a, Demon, then there should be a gem somewhere.
That is true. Stool, I'm
Yeah?
sorry to ask you this, but do you know if friend Eric was a demon?
Friend Eric is no longer here. You told me that.
I know. He is away. Did he feel like the demons do?
Somewhat, but not the same.
Thank you.
And you haven't heard friend Eric for a bit, have you?
Last thing I heard from friend Eric was
I tried to calm him down. I'm like, okay, that's okay. That's
I
exactly
covered my
what
ears.
that's exactly what I wanted to know. Go back to clapping and being happy.
He just looks at you, just like his memory is just sort of reshaping, and then he suddenly just starts joyfully clapping away again.
Great.
That's quite disconcerting.
I think we may have broke him in the ever system.
Yeah.
He has suffered a significant amount of trauma.
Yes, he has.
But, on the bright side, there's no tainted demon on him and he seems to be okay. Otherwise, he's healthy and happy.
Being happy seems to be rare down here.
Okay, so the dwarves will help the Myconids try and see if they can get Ramses out of here. The Minotaurs will aid us in taking Menzoberranzan.
We're taking the city?
Well, I
I
don't
thought we
see...
were sneaking in.
We could, but I don't think Minotaurs are known for such pretty big. Also, we can sneak in, but in the end, there's a dragon that's kind of, coming back.
And the demon.
And the demon.
There is a giant demon in the city.
So surely we'd be able to get into the city without anybody noticing us with all the other stuff going on.
Okay, I think we should adjourn this meeting now that everyone has tasks. Look at the dwarves and kind of get up from my seat.
Alright, well, we'll do what we can.
Alright, be safe.
At this point, you
And-
walk out of the room, you see 13 with a massive cauldron, serving the Minotaur soup, and next to it, one of the giants pointing at the cauldron, going,
It's prophetic soup, I know.
I'm going to, true to form, ask for a portion of soup so I can eat it.
13 will happily give Ishidoro a bowl of lentil soup.
Yay! Where the hell did you find lentils down here? I don't question it.
The ancient one giveth.
Okay,
And Ishidoro does not question it.
Okay, so what are you all doing now that you've fed the Minotaurs and you've had the meeting?
I would like to talk to everyone where no one is listening. Because we need to come up with a plan of our own.
Okay.
Yes.
By the way, how are the people we saved doing? The 13
slaves?
odd people. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine. They're just sort of wandering around Gravenhollow.
Okay. When I have time, before we all meet for the meeting, I will tell them what's going on and our plan for getting out of here. I will ask them if any of their memories are back.
All of them tell you that they can't remember anything until you saved them from the slave camp.
Okay.
They remember
I tell
being
them
out
what's
and fighting with Drow, and then they don't remember what happened, and then they woke up in the slave camp.
I tell them about what's happening and what everyone is doing, and I ask them to help out as much as they can.
Okay.
And then we're all alone, and I just go, okay, so anyone got any ideas about how we're gonna do this?
I think that sneaking in to start with is probably a good plan.
Okay.
Because even if the city is in chaos with the Demogorgon, the Drow will still cut down a clumsy approach.
I have a theory that there are not many Drow left since it's gone awfully quiet in the city. No more
True.
fires. So either the fires burnt out by themselves or they were put out. Do you believe that the Drow can take down a demon? Specifically the Demogorgon?
It depends on how much of their strength was in the city and how much of it was on the other side of that portal.
Well, considering that one, they have a portal, and two, they've been supplying weapons all over the place. I think they're very well equipped. But I don't know
13
if they can-
raises her hand.
Yes, ancient one.
So if we're gonna sneak in, I need to find out if there is a portal or if there's stuff there. It's you guys said that the guy in the tower had stuff for making a portal. Wouldn't it be best if there's a big scary demon there or lots of Drow? Maybe send the Minotaurs and all our helper friends in the front, and then we sneak in around the back and then go see what's up.
I do like that idea, but
I don't
I'm
like
afraid
it.
we'll be sending your friends and the dwarves to certain death.
Why not? We've killed 4 demons.
Yeah, but
And
I
they'd
think
have the
it'd be-
dragon.
I think
This one's huge.
I'm with
And we
Layla,
don't know
but
when the dragon will be back.
let's scout it out. How about that? Let's scout it out. Let's see if there's still a demon there, there's still Drow there. Then we change plans accordingly. If we have to charge the place, we charge the place and then sneak in. Or if we can sneak in successfully, we will try and get everyone in sneakily to get the best advantage.
That's a good compromise, I think.
Yes.
And in the end, we still don't know if there is a portal, how to activate it, how to work it. I suppose, and I looked at Trees, I suppose you'd be the best to know, because all the information there in Menzoberranzan would be known to you?
Hopefully, yes. And if not, Drow magic works in, from what I've been able to tell, different people's magic manifests slightly differently. I should be able to work out at least the Drow aspects of it.
You know, I've never asked you, Tris, but like, you were bound with us, along with Thyreon. Do you remember anything about the past?
I remember why I was trying to leave the Underdark, but I do not know how I was enslaved.
Why were you trying to leave the Underdark? If you don't mind, tell me.
Because I was not meant to have magic in my veins, and it was stupidity and carelessness of the goddess that I got hit with her arcana, but that makes me a useful weapon in the hands of ambitious Drow. That is not a safe position to be in.
Looks like it's just desserts for them now, isn't it?
We shall see. I am very glad that I ended up where I did, because if it had been people from my city, then I would probably already be dead.
Okay, so the plan is we sneak up, we see what's going on in the city, see what happens after. If we need to storm it, then we storm it with everything we got and try and find the source while everyone is keeping the Drow or the demon busy. Hopefully by then the dragon will show up, so I feel it's a good match against the demon. But whatever happens, no one destroys the last gem.
Agreed.
Okay, well, I'm pretty tired out and soup wasn't, so I'm going to take a nap.
Preparation seems wise.
Okay, so you spend the rest of the day prepping what you're going to do. So the next day comes, what happens? Are you going as a small group? Are you bringing groups with you? What are you going to do?
I think we can all relocate to the Minotaur building.
You could.
Have we seen any of the gnolls kind of in our way or something?
You don't see as many gnolls as you used to.
Are they hostile towards us or?
The gnolls just run away whenever they see you.
Okay. I don't know if we should make an effort to save them too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we know the way to get to the cube, right?
If you go through the cold door, then yes, but the Minotaurs are a bit uneasy about letting you go through the cold door.
But we came
We
from the
have
cold
the
door.
great one, yeah.
You can go through the cold door if you want.
The Ancient One must go fetch the rest of her powers from beyond the cold door.
Yes.
Isn't that right? So
Why
we
do I
need to
do
go
that?
investigate.
Door. Goes through the cold door. Oh, the tunnel. Oh, down into the... Yes! Aha! The Ancient One needs to go and do this alone, for the Minotaurs are not to go past the cold door.
We will go with the Ancient One to be by her side. And I guess that's explanation enough. Do the Minotaurs, protest?
They seem uneasy to let you pass, as their job is to guard the cold door, but they'll let you pass.
Okay, let's go down and check what's happening with the cube.
Okay. As you reach the bottom, you notice that there is only two of the... Do you remember the figures that were all standing around the...
Yep.
There's only two of them left. The rest just seem to be like bloodstains on the floor, and the cube itself seems to have all but two of the internal cubes have stopped spinning. One of them seems to be spinning with like a red tint, and one seems to be with a very sort of neon-y pink tint.
So are there two demons left?
Well,
Well, we never got the dude in the water.
that
True,
was the
yes.
that was the Demogorgon, wasn't it?
No,
Don't think so.
I don't think so. I think that one is still there.
Okay, so then that's the red one, and then there's the pink one. But we have confirmed it, right? That the other cubes, apart from the two, have stopped spinning.
Yep. And occasionally the ground rumbles around it.
And the figures that melted into bloodstains, have they dissolved completely, or
They
are they
look like they've been smashed with a very heavy weight, and it's just leaving like a sort of blood stain on the floor and a sort of crystalline pattern.
Can I analyze the pattern and use demonology to see if it forms any occult kind of markings or any such sort?
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of the way that it looks, where you said it looks like something that's been smashed by something really heavy. Does it sort of resemble what it looked like when I watched Rasthikos smash that one crystal? Like, is it the same kind of... the gem, is it the same kind of...
It looks like it's had a very heavy implement smashed through it, and it's all just shattered from one large hit.
Ooh.
See if we look up to the ceiling, is there like a great big swinging hammer and
Nope.
I would like to see if there were any recognizable patterns in the crystallized
No, all of them
surface
look
or...
like they've all got a sort of outprint of the same thing hitting all of them.
Remind me, did Rasthikos, and I asked Rasthikos, who is standing in the background following this around in silence, if he smashed every gem with his hammer.
I think he did, yes.
He
Can
did,
I take a
because I
look
tried
at
to
his
smash
hammer?
one with a shovel and it didn't work,
Yeah.
so he had to hit it with his hammer.
You can have a look at his hammer
Can I
if you
take-
want, yeah?
I'd like to sort of compare the hammerhead with the splatter on the ground of it. Like, is it like... Now I roll bad.
Although you think it could potentially be, the pattern on the floor far bigger than his hammer. It couldn't be his hammer.
Could I use some arcana to look at whether there seems to be a magical link between the figures and the gems?
And what exactly are you looking for?
Essentially, I'm looking to see if the figures are linked to the gems that were in the cube engine, which would also mean that they were linked to the demon gems.
Be demonology?
Okay.
You look at it, and although you could see potential links, you're not sure if it's an actual link or not.
Has... You know this place was super cold? Has it gotten less cold?
It's still pretty damn cold. If anything, it's gotten colder.
Gotten colder. Okay. I think we've definitely established that the gems are linked to this machine. I think we're better off finding the portal and getting out of here, regardless of how many demons are holding this place together.
I agree. There is too much. The fact that the void is increasingly encroaching, despite the last two demons not having been destroyed, I think we need to go before we run out of time. And
If I had-
think it is reasonable to trust that the dragons can sort themselves.
Yeah. If I had to theorize, I'd say that there were... How many squares are in the engine? 7?
The outer one, and then 8 within it.
Yes,
Okay.
9.
So there were 9 that powered it and kept this place stable, and now only 2 are powering it. So they're taking on the stress of everything else, which is why this place is falling apart. I think we should leave as soon as possible.
Okay.
When the void
Sure.
overtakes, it will probably destroy those 2 demons.
Probably.
But it's fine, because they'll be tied to this plane and not to any of the stable planes that we'll be going to.
I wonder if Grumph is still alive. Well, time to go. And I will make sure everyone gets on the stairs up to the cold door.
There was the other passageway going from just before we got to the cold door, though.
That leads to the bone pile and the hole we fell to.
Yep.
Does it? That
Yeah,
was the spiral. Okay.
It was like a dugout. Some creature had dug it. I don't
Yeah.
want to stay around to find out what that creature is.
Yes. If it comes back at all. But yes, I agree.
Okie dokie. So I make sure I'm the last person leaving and we all walk upstairs.
Okay. So you walk back through the cold door. The Minotaurs sort of give you a brief salute as they lock the door behind you and return to their guard. What are you gonna
Has
do now?
everyone gathered here? Like the dwarves and everyone else?
Did you want everyone else to gather there?
We didn't
We
say
want
that.
No, you didn't.
No,
Well-
we were going to get them.
Okay,
I think we were all going to go back to Graven Hollow.
okay. We shall do that. Shall we leave the Minotaurs here or they're coming with us?
I think
should
get
bring
them
them
to
with
come
us.
Okay, so we go back to Gravenhall.
Okay. Are you taking the Minotaurs with you?
Yes.
Okay. They are going to be very difficult for them to leave the cold door unguarded.
Ancient One, you wanna take this?
So, fellas, the prophecy was that the Ancient One would turn up and lead you to glory, right?
Yes, Ancient
This
One.
is what he's
did.
saying to them. Yes, so I'm going that way, and glory's that way. So you're going to follow me, because remember we talked about it being a whole new purpose and all that?
Yes, but
Seeing the sunlight.
we take it very difficult to leave the things we are in charge of, Ancient One. We don't abandon
Do
our
we have a
duties
big
easy.
chain?
We can make a big chain, Ancient One.
Oh, we should make a big chain, and we should lock the door up and put up a big note telling people where to find.
But people don't read, Ancient One.
Draw a map.
But people can't read maps either, Ancient One. They're not like
then
us,
that's their
Ancient
own-
One. Their culture is not based in mazes.
Lies
Maybe
with the
I-
Ancient One rather than the Code Gate.
I have an idea. I'm going to whisper it into 13's ear. We can get a chain to lock the door. To hold the door closed. And then what I'll do is I will pretend to put some kind of like sealing thing on the door just by speaking some infernal gibberish at it.
Good plan. Excellent. Okay, Minotaurs. We are going to seal the doors so none may pass it. Fetch me a big chain. Chop, chop.
We'll
Allow
make
thee.
you a big chain, Ancient One.
Quick, quick.
But 2 hours later, they return with a massive, like, heavy chain.
Okay, now close the doors
Okay, they do so.
and like put the big chain through the handles and like close it all up. And my demon friend here is going to seal it shut.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to
they,
walk up to the door
They chain it all up.
and then I'm going to remove the thing that was covering my horns so that I can like display my whatever tieflingness and like swish my tail around while I'm going to put my hands on the door, my head up against it as well, and then in I think Infernal, yeah, so in Infernal I'm just going to say something silly like, you know, by the gods, please let nobody come through this door. In any case, if they do, we'll probably be back home by then because we're going to run away to Menzoberranzan and get through this portal.
I would like to cast light on her hands or on the chain while she is doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the
So basically,
chain,
I'm just rambling.
the chain begins to glow, and it looks very impressive. The Minotaurs are all sort of aghast that this chain has become magical.
13's nodding approvingly.
Your accomplices have many powers, Ancient One.
Well, yes. That's why they're my companions.
It's all pales in comparison to the Ancient. The power of soup.
Soup
Very
is all
nutritious,
powerful,
Ancient
this is
One.
true. It is. It is what sustains us, isn't it?
Yes.
Sustains them too, while they do their amazing work sealing the great door.
Okay. So the Minotaurs all pack up and begin to head to Graven Hollow. What do you want to do now?
13 would like to high five Layla. Awesome.
I know how to high five, I think. Yeah,
Is there a montage of you training her how to high five? It's like,
probably.
Really awkward because you keep missing because of the height difference.
yeah, you match the elbows and then you.
Okay.
we
so-
get there, yay!
So after your high five moment, what are you going to do?
Guess we're heading back to Graven Hollow now
Also
that the
going back to
Minotaurs are
Graven.
satisfied.
Okay. So you're all back in Graven Hollow. What do you want to do now?
Has the dragon shown up?
No.
Okay.
I think we should probably make a start towards Menzoberranzan.
I agree.
Yes.
I think the sooner the better.
We
How
can
have the
always signal for everyone else to join if it becomes time critical.
I think if we have to go, all of us have.
As you look,
We
There's-
need to know.
as you look to the north, you see that the inky black void is indeed started going down the side wall to the north.
Have the Myconids come back with.
They've come back
Any
with what is
progress?
basically like a massive plant pot with like a chunk of mushroom in it. And as they came back with this,
Oh,
yet
that's
again the
cute.
giants point to it and go,
Yes,
It's a
yes, the
prophecy!
I'm going
It's
to
like
be
the
so
Riley.
glad when the prophecies spoke. Because I swear, if they go through the portal and they keep doing that, I'm going to push them back to it. So I figure that everyone should go together because there's no point sending for signals, and I don't know how long this place will be stable. So the closer everyone is to us, the better.
I
I
agree.
think we should start moving, but we tell everyone that we're going and they can move like basically at their own pace. And that
Yes.
way we can still get to Menzoberranzan a little bit before everybody else does and scout out the situation.
That's a great idea. I think we should let Gazrim do all the talking.
That might be wise.
What have I got to talk about
Guys-
now?
Okay, we're gonna explain this to you. There's certain things you're not supposed to say, and there's certain things you're supposed to say. Alright?
Alright, so what are they?
Right. What you're not supposed to say is that we are going ahead to check out Menzoberranzan. We will have the Minotaurs with us as backup. The rest of what you are supposed to tell everybody else is they are supposed to pack up and come. We mark a way through the labyrinth for them, and they can follow it to get to us and to Menzoberranzan.
Alright, so you want us to go through the labyrinth, you don't want us to go along the bridge.
The bridge, do I know if it's still like kind of safe for people to go
You
through?
sort of turn and look at the bridge. The bridge looks okay. It looks like it is beginning to sort of crack in places, but seems stable for the most part.
Okay, well, yeah, use the bridge, but just in case you guys don't know how to get over it, we will leave an alternate path as well.
Alright.
If we are try to get everyone moving along, make sure that all the dwarves are like kind of helping along, and Gazrim's been around with us to the Minotaur village, right?
Yep.
So he knows where to go.
To get to the Minotaur village, yes.
And then just beyond the Minotaur village is Menzoberranzan.
No, that's the Worm Writhings. Menzoberranzan is like... It's kind of next to the Minotaur village, but it's not immediately.
Menzoberranzan is relatively obvious because it has the bigger road.
Yeah.
So as long as they can orientate to that, they should be fine.
Basically, you guys make it to Menzoberranzan, we're going up ahead.
Alright. I'll tell them to make their way to there. What do you want me to do about,
And they turn round as you hear a...
I don't know. Maybe they'll come along if it's part of the problem. I say prophecy the quietest ever, like just whisper. I don't want to start again.
Alright, okay. So,
I'm sure you're going to bring the giants along. If they come, that's great. If they don't, they're going to not be giants anymore.
Well, they all know that, well, if they know that everything else is going through the portal, I assume they should be going through the portal too.
Yeah, I mean, we'll leave it in your capable hands, Casper. Okay?
alright.
I'll pat him on the shoulder and that's it. I guess we move.
Yes. I turn round and call to Gazron. Just make sure you don't wait for them so long that you struggle to get out, okay?
Oh, don't worry, I can run.
And off we
Ishidoro
go.
feels a certain amount of trepidation as soon as he says he can run. But yes, we leave.
okay. So are you heading across the bridge to Menzoberranzan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, would it be, since we have the Minotaurs with us, would it be faster through the labyrinth or would it be over the bridge?
If the Minotaur's with you, it's fastest over the bridge, because the bridge literally just cuts out all the twists and turns.
Actually, I turn to Therese and I ask her like if she could use her knowledge of the stonework of some sorts, trying to figure out if this bridge will last for very long. With engineering or something.
I have geology.
Oh great, then please do the honors.
The bridge just seems like it's been crumbling for years, and the only problem is that the edges just seem to crumble, and the weirdest thing, as I said, was it crumbled upwards, not down, so that seems to be the only weird thing about it.
But it's not in immediate danger of collapsing.
Not immediate, no.
Are we like right at the bridge?
You're crossing the bridge now, yes.
What happens, like, see if one of the rocks is like tumbling upwards, what happens if 13 kind of jogs over and then jumps in the vicinity of a rock that's floating up?
You still fall back down to the bridge as normal.
Ah, that's disappointing.
It seems to just be only small things that seem to float upwards.
Speaking of small things, is the
13 is
were-rat
not small enough.
Well, I'm saying, is the were-rat floating upwards?
The were-rat's not floating, but when the were-rat runs sort of between where you are, it does seem to sort of get more hang time in the air, put it that way.
It's a stunt were-rat.
Okay, have Stoll and the were-rat learn to communicate?
They can vaguely talk, yes.
Okay. Can we get Stoll to let us know what the were-rat wants, and if we find a way to break it being completely held as a were-rat, would it like that?
Do you mean as the were part of were-rat?
Yes.
Would like to be normal again.
Would it like to regain the ability to change between its original form and its rat form?
Stoll sort of talks to the were-rat sort of tilts its head, really confused, and Stoll just looks at you and goes, "He doesn't know. He didn't remember there is another way."
Okay. Is he feeling very confused by that?
You just look at the were-rat that's sort of chittering away, looking at all of you, just one after the other, just quite confused, and it's just like, he's confused now.
Okay, thank you. I'll still try to find a way, but We'll see.
Do I have to roll like animal handling or something to know if there's sentience in the were-rat? You know, like proper sentience, high level thinking.
I think there is. We just couldn't find a way of communicating with
There's a
it.
very little bit of sentience. They're a very simple creature, but they do have a little bit of, brain.
Okay. So they understand like what we're saying, but they don't understand
They can't process
that
a
they
lot
can
of what
think.
you're saying, but they can process simple things.
Right. Okay, fair enough. I guess if I see the were-rat getting any higher in altitude, I will grab them.
Okay.
Like I'm pretty sure they're stuck to like trees, but in the rare case, I'm gonna keep an eye. Okay, we're at the Minotaur village. The chains are still holding. Shall we sneak up to Menzoberranzan?
Yes.
That was the plan, yeah.
Okay.
Let us go and see what we can find.
On the way to Menzoberranzan, are there, signs of conflict?
It's just really some, big demonic footprints leading towards Menzoberranzan. It's like something was running at speed. Something very large was running at speed.
But there are no guards or
No.
patrols.
You get to the main doors into Menzoberranzan, you find the door has been smashed through. You see a couple of dead guards lying, the left to the right. Nothing much more than that at the moment.
Can we peek in and take a look at what's happening?
Yep.
Just
you look
in front of
inside,
me.
it seems very much a sort of slave district area. Most of the houses look like slums. It's very, very quiet, as in you can't see any living soul anywhere nearby. You see sort of winding road that leads through houses, and you see that there's another gate about maybe 4 or 5 houses away that you can't see at the moment. You just see that it sort of must be behind where this path goes.
Are the houses smashed up?
A couple of them at the edge of the sort of area are, but most of them just seem to be quiet, and the doors are hanging open and abandoned.
So we can go inside? What
You
do
can go
you think?
inside if you want, yeah.
Like to tell everybody to keep low and maybe check out one of the houses.
Okay, you go inside.
Right.
On this house in particular, you see a trampled body of what looks like a sort of very young female human. You see a couple of beds on either side of the walls that are very simple beds. They've got your standard sort of pillowcase and blankets and stuff like that, but they look very cheap. The beds don't look very comfortable at all.
Is there a collar around the woman's neck?
The young woman doesn't have a collar, but you notice when you examine her that on her wrist she's got tattooed, it looks like Drow markings and Drow, sort of written Drow.
A symbol?
It seems to be a sort of ownership tag.
Uh-huh. Do we have the same?
Nope.
And this house is intact apart from the crushed body?
Yep, it looks like whoever was in here, a couple of people must have rushed to get out very quickly.
Okay.
Can I roll demonology to remember what a Demogorgon's abilities are?
Can if you want, it's basically the giant wrath demon.
Okay, fair enough. He's just super strong and likes twisting people's heads.
So it's lots of snapping tentacles and 2 heads and...
Okay, right. So sneak our way up to the second gate, trying to keep an eye out for any movement.
As you come round one of the corners near the gate, you see in front of you, it must be an easily 100 bodies lie in front of you. They look like they've been crushed or sliced or slammed or something. All of them just lie dead around a twisted and broken gate that has been obviously torn open as well.
So was it piling them all up here?
No, they just all look like they've been flattened straight to the ground, like they've been either walked over or ran through by a crowd of people or one particular beast.
I see.
Right. Can I sense any Drow magic around? Is it concentrated in one particular area? Or
There's no Drow magic here. You look at the bodies, all the bodies have that same ownership tag, but it seems to be slightly different for
Slave
each
quarter.
one, so it seems to basically be this is owned by this particular place.
okay. So they look like house insignia?
Either house or place of work.
Okay. Thank you.
Can I sense the demon at all?
You sense, looking at the mangled gate in front of you, the demon must have ran through.
And that gate has been smashed through as well, right?
Yep. It's been
I'd
pretty much, it's like a portcullis is down, but it's been ripped almost out of the ground.
I'd like to sneak up to the most intact wall next to it and kind of peek around.
Okay. As you look into here, you see in the sort of mud in front of you that there's obviously demon steps and there's hundreds of footprints. It's like any slaves that survived seem to have ran through the gate. after the demon.
Hmm.
This area is a
Sorry.
notable step up from the slave area. It looks like sort of moderate wealth. There looks like there's gold etchings on certain buildings. There's abandoned merchant stalls that seem to have like packed up but left one or two items. It looks like it's a much nicer area, but yet again you see a path sort of winding towards the next gate. And off to the side of the gate you see what looks like a massive... It's like a sort of trading arena. But on the stage at the moment seems to be a pile of 5 that looks like bodies all wearing collars.
Okay. I want to check if there are any Drow guard bodies around.
There's 1 or 2 crushed guards, but not as many as you'd expect.
And these places, do they look like they've been boarded up? Like
Nope.
people have...
It looks like people have just
Tactically-
grabbed what they could and ran.
Right. So it's not like they had a planned departure from here.
No.
Okay. Suppose we should go up to the next gate then. Again, being very careful and trying to avoid the main road or
Okay.
going through
Again,
alleyways.
You walk round towards the main gate. It has definitely been ripped off its hinges yet again, and to the side you definitely notice this sort of large trading area. There looks to be cages where there seems to be several unconscious bodies all wearing collars, and on the stage at the moment, as I said, there's a pile of about 5 bodies, all seem to wear collars, and there seems to be a small bag of gold sitting discarded at the bottom, like left abandoned.
Are they all horribly destroyed?
Nope, they all seem intact.
You said they were
Are they
unconscious?
dead?
So they're unconscious. Should we free them?
Yes.
As yeah.
Yeah, let's remove the collars.
Be very careful when you wake them up. They might be supremely disconcerted and might set off alarms.
All the ones in cages all seem to have like tags around their feet and seem to
Can
be
I read
wearing
the
very
tag?
little apart from having the collars around their neck. Yeah, you can read the tag. The first one you look at, it says dwarf captured in, and it's a very strange script, but you can decipher the word mountains, and it says caught with tranquilizer, gear sold for, and it looks like a value in gold.
Right.
Are the cages locked?
No, they've got like a very simple like deadbolt across, but they don't seem to be like padlocked or anything.
Okay, so I'm going to start opening cages and taking collars off.
Okay. As you start taking collars off, people you take collars off start waking up and immediately have the hyper couple of seconds of like, what the hell's going on?
I will try and calm them down as much as I can and just kind of like put my finger to my lips and gesture them to be quiet.
Okay. Let's see if this works. Nope, you struggle to calm them down. 1 or 2 of them like shunt past you and just start running.
Damn it, can I run after them or is it too late?
You can run after if you want.
I would like to tackle them and cover their mouths in case they start screaming.
Alright, roll. Yep, you manage to tackle them and you pin one down with your hand over its mouth. It seems to be a youngish elf who seems to be like panically like looking around to try and find a weapon to use against you.
I will
shout out,
keep going.
wait, they're not trying to hurt you. If you keep quiet, we can help you escape from here.
They look even more suspicious when they see Tweez.
I kind of get off them but like hold them down and like take most of my weight off them and in a way of like kind of just I'm going to let you go now and just say quietly whisper to them that there is danger around here. Best if you calm down and I'm going to let you go now and I release my hands.
Okay. They eye you warily and then make their way towards what looks like the slave quarters door and then run through there.
Okay. Clearly not understanding that. Okay. Has Layla gone and like freed the rest of them?
Yep, let's read the
Yeah, I
rest.
would
Some
have-
react panically, some don't. Yeah, as you sort of look at the main stage with the 5 of them on it, you notice on the sort of plinth up there seems to be 5. It looks like tags have been taken off their ankles and put like next to each other on this, and it looks like someone was reading a lot for an auction. And you notice on the plinth as well, there is a book that says things like Lot 304, pre-bid 3 gold by Sir Aglio, Lot 312, pre-bid 1 by, and it just names and so on as it goes down.
Okay. I would like to cut the people loose from their bindings
Okay.
and then wait for Layla to like kind of like we're doing this in order, I suppose.
They don't seem to have many bindings, they seem just mostly to have the collars on.
Okay. In that case, like I'll go to the next gate and I will like kind of peek too.
Okay.
Are they all unconscious until we take the collars off?
Yep.
Yeah, we established that the collars have these needles that like have fey magic coming from them.
You might have forgotten Ancient One.
You ran around trying to poke me with them.
Can't recall. No.
Very convenient.
How much trampling looks to have been done through this slave market?
It looks like a couple people have definitely been crushed to death, and one or two have been killed by like snapping tentacles and stuff, but it seems that significantly less death than in the previous one.
You said there was some bags of gold.
There's 1 or 2 bags of gold lying basically at the foot of the plinth, as if people have been collecting auctions as they've been going along, but they couldn't carry all of it, so they just carried some of the bags.
Well, 13's gonna take what you can.
Okay.
Judge me, the Ancient One.
The terms are interchangeable.
I know I tried this back when we found our old friends on the cart, but can I snap one of the needles off the collars?
You can try. Roll tinkering.
Right, last time I remembered what happened. So I don't have tinkering, so I will take them to the Ancient One /13, and I will be like, can we pop some of these out?
13's like, we can try! Because 13
Yeah,
also
just-
doesn't have tinkering. It was Nal that had tinkering. But
Damn it.
13's pretty sure she can tinker, so she's gonna roll a straight d20.
Yep, it's fine.
Oh,
Roll.
I remember you making a bomb.
13
Yeah, that was
puts-
luck.
13 puts
An
it straight through
alchemy.
her thumb, knocks herself out.
Damn it, not again. Okay, I'm just going to like ask Layla to smash them. Like if she can
Okay.
pop it out, friend.
I'm going to. I'm just gonna smack it
Okay.
with the spade.
You don't need to roll for it, you just smash them with the spade. It's just a case of you can just keep going until you break it.
Okay,
So,
fine with that.
what are you going to do now? You going to wake 13 back up?
Yes. Somehow.
Okay.
I'm going to hold a piece of gold up to wake her up, like in front of her. See if that wakes her up. Seems to work.
Okay.
While they are doing this, I would like to take out the portrait from the locket that we found in the slaver camp.
Mm-hmm.
If I open it, is the figure inside still... Well, is it still there? And if it is it still moving?
You open it and look. The picture seems darker than it was before, and as you sort of wiggle it around, it just doesn't seem to light up anymore or animate.
I suspect the linked person is dead. Can I still sense any magic from it?
Very, very little. You can't tell if it's out of range or if the person the other side is just not there anymore.
Okay.
If I recover these needles from the collars, do they still have the fell magic around them, or has the enchantment been broken?
It depends entirely what you use them for.
I would like to see if I could tie them onto the arrow shaft, the arrows that I have.
Okay.
If they're magical, I would like to use them as a sort of tranquilizer.
Okay. Roll.
I thought she smashed them out of the collar.
Alright, if she's smashing them out of it, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
So you've got a
she
bit.
did.
Oh, was it
she-
not?
I thought she was just smashing them in general.
No. The whole point was to like get recoverable spikes so I can then sort of tie them to
Okay.
an
You
arrow.
have 2 or 3 spikes available to you. It would be weaponsmithing to attach them to arrows.
I don't have that, so straight d20.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to try all 3, whatever I have, as many as I have, to the tip of the arrow. So
Okay.
make 1 arrow.
Yep, you make a single arrow with 3 quite sharp points at the end.
Okay, and I'm just going to have that as a backup in case everything goes south. I don't know if it'll be enough to tranquilize the demon, but I hope so.
13 at this point would like to point out that she's got some arrows and she's also got some more arrows, but she does not have a bow. Oh, she's got a longbow, sorry.
We did take bows from the Drow in the clock tower.
Fine, she
All of
has
us.
arrows to offer in case things want tied on.
Yeah, but I think 3 of these things on 1 arrow are gonna be, hopefully, fingers crossed, potent enough to at least distract the demon if it gets to us.
So, what are you going to do now?
I didn't peek around the door, did I? So,
Nope. Not yet. You
Peek
look
around
around
the
the
door.
door and immediately you see, like, literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dead drow. They look like they were all armoured or had weapons, and their weapons have been splintered and broken and shattered. There's no sign of the demon in this room, but there is just hundreds of broken bodies just lying all around.
So I guess that answers one question. The Drow can't kill a demon.
This could be difficult then. I still think that at worst, we go through the portal.
Do you think the demon can go
How
through
is
the
that
portal?
worse?
I don't know. At worst, we go through the
portal is
portal
meant to take us
without
home.
destroying the demons.
I would theorize, and I don't know if I'm actually correct on this, but the demon can't go through the portal because it is part of this realm and bound. It's what's keeping this place together. If it goes through, I suspect, and I don't know, in theory, it might cause even worse things to happen than just...
Extra point. If the demon can't go through the portal, and the demons ran towards the portal, and he's killed all the Drow in the meantime, should we not wait for all our friends if we're going to try killing this demon?
We're not going to fight the demon right now. We're going to try to see if we can work our way past it to get knowledge, or at least find its location so that when we come back we are more prepared.
But the assumption is that this portal is magical, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So, we not roll Arcana or Demonology to try and figure out its location, and if we can't find it, we can find the demon.
That's actually
Well,
really good.
We can try. I haven't been able to pick up any Drow Arcana yet.
Let's give it another shot. I will try and detect demons.
But I mean, detecting any kind of magic should be...
I will try and detect... Maybe you should have a go at it too.
I can
Yeah.
certainly try for Drow magic.
So are you
That's my
detecting
demon
demon or are you
option.
detecting Drow magic?
I am detecting demonology. Demon.
I'm
presence.
doing Drow.
I'm also rolling Demonology.
When you check demonology, you get a strong sense of demonology. It's kind of like straight ahead and down. It's kind of weird. It's like
As in
sort of straight ahead and down. It's
angle
not
down.
far away from where you are. Yeah, it's kind of like sort of
Underground?
line to the underground. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
And to Drow magic, there's a lot of weird Drow magic coming from the, let's say, the right,
Like beyond the gate to the right.
beyond the gate to the right.
Okay. Can I roll awareness to see if past the bodies and see if there's a hole in the ground? If there's like been dirt that's been dug up or
Yep.
something like that?
Roll. There is a massive hole in the ground. Yes.
Okay, so I think that the demon has dug itself a little hole to sit in. I don't know what the hell it's doing down there. But that way, and I point towards where I detected it from, is where the demons.
Are you gonna
at.
walk over to the hole?
No, I'm just pointing.
Okay.
I'm quite literally pointing to it. I don't want to get any closer to it. What did you find out, Shiraz?
There is definitely magic, but it's kind of everywhere. But the stranger stuff feels over mostly that direction, and I point over. It's not like any magic I've met before, but it definitely feels Drow. So I guess it could be a portal.
All in favor of going right to see if we can find the portal?
I think
I
we
put
should
my
check
hand
it
up.
out. Yeah.
Yes, I think we need to make sure that
Okay.
we know how to get there.
Okay. Layla and Tris, you take point. I will keep my eye on this place with the demon, but I will follow you close behind.
Okay.
And
Can
of course, the ancient one
do
is with-
me a d20, please?
Oh no!
You get
wow.
overcome by a sense of irrational anger, and you lash out at everyone else.
Okay.
How does it
Everyone else-
sound?
Can everyone else do me a dodge roll, please?
Ishidoro froths at the mouth and like swings around with his fists, I suppose.
Dodge roll.
Therese is fine.
Jeez.
Layla gets clocked in the head.
Ow!
13 is fine.
Can 13 roll to bite him?
Sure.
I don't taste good
Yeah.
in soup.
Yep, 13 gives him a vicious bite in the arm. You notice a sort of red tint around his eyes seem to fade as she bites him, and he seems to come back to himself.
I'm like, don't grind your teeth, that's my... And I look around and I see Layla and I'm like looking at my fist and I'm like, I didn't mean that.
That's
so sorry.
fine.
Are you okay, Layla? I'm not very strong.
Yeah, thank the gods.
Okay.
What happened?
You know that time when we all got really hungry and we weren't supposed to talk to the bucket?
Oh, yeah?
This was much worse than that. I could see what I was doing, but I had no control. I'm just really angry for some reason.
What about?
Just nothing in general. Just stepped on a pebble, got really angry. Anyways, we should
have a
be
look.
very careful.
I'm going to try and have another look and see if I can work out actually what happened, which would be
Okay.
awareness.
Yes.
Mm.
Nope, you have no idea what happened.
I think it's just like the other times when we were feeling super hungry because that thing kept trying to talk. Or the other time, Rasthikos really got caught by one. Just be focused. Guess that's what I'm saying.
If it was at all possible, 13 has brought a thermos of soup.
Hold on.
Just to keep everyone's spirits up.
Yes, I mean, I'm all for that, but we had an incredibly difficult time explaining what a bucket was.
This is true.
True.
I mean, it could just be like a flask, a skein of soup made by the Minotaurs for you.
Yeah. No, 13 made the soup.
Yes.
That's how she gives back to her people.
I really want this to be the state where, like, we get out of here and 13 is now just, there's a goblin that rules over a bunch of Minotaurs.
Starts a cult. Soup worshipping cult. Instead of a temple, we have like a big gigantic cauldron.
Always full of soup.
Not always. Like it'd be shaped like a big cauldron, and then you go in it, and there'd be various temple rooms. But on the top, there would be like an altar where there's the holy soup making ceremony, etc.
I like how you planned ahead of this. Today's special is parsnip. All hail the parsnip.
You'll be gradually removing the demon taint from all of the Minotaurs.
With wholesome soup.
Wholesome parsnip.
Yeah. All organically growing.
Well, the Minotaurs are good farmers.
Yeah, and they're vegetarian.
I can hear Rasthikos just saying, and I didn't eat any of them.
Cold silence returns. The waters lay still, for this week at least. Join us again next week for more of our tale. This podcast is an adaptation of Out of the Abyss, a 5th edition D&D adventure. It was adapted from the original story by Nikoli Popsky. The podcast features Nikoli, Dragon, Shiraz, Freya, Susie Q, Tauno, and Wednesday LeFay. All music was written and performed by Daniel Boström. Artwork was by John Moore. And if you, dear listener, wish to acquire your own sets of finest metal or acrylic adventuring dice, then journey through the Underdark to dndice.co.uk and speak the name Penance RPG at the checkout for a 5% discount off your order. Farewell and Godspeed, for we fear the madness is closing in. Good night out there, whatever you are. Ha 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 ha.
Yes,
It's a prophecy!
I'm going to
like
be
the
so
Riley.
glad when the prophecy spoke. Because I swear, if they go through the portal and they keep doing that, I'm going to push them back to it somehow.
Someone's on a t-shirt.
I'll see what I can do.
I thought this dude of just grrrr, and then below it just says the prophecy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also 3 of them pointing at like a distant
Nothing.
thing. It's like,
Yeah, just from the angle, it's just like their fingers, so you can't see what they're actually pointing at.
I was to ask Shiraz, now remember, about a picture of Stool riding the were-rat.
What?
Amy wants a picture of Stool riding the were-rat.
can do, no problem.
Cheers.
No. First, We need a picture of Ishidoro.
I have to do 13 and Ishidoro, but yes, I will do them before the last episode.
Okay.
That's fine.
But yeah, the giant one I would like to see it on. So nothing.
Just 3 of them pointing like different directions and all at the same thing. At the bottom.
I think what I would really like to do would be for them to be standing in a bowl of soup with alphabet letters that spell out the prophecy.
Oh yeah.
that would work, yeah.
That's awesome.
Like a steaming bowl of soup with the prophecy written on it, and then just pointing, and then roar just in the background.